Now, we're going to get the inside track on what is a pretty lucrative market, the market for baby wear. It's a market worth $11 billion. That's according to new figures.
And it's growing quickly by around 2.7% over the next 3 years.
Well, it may be no surprise that the most valuable market is the United States. Customers there are expected to spend $8.5 billion on baby wear this year alone.
So how do firms get a slice of that lucrative market? Well, one brand was catapulted into the spotlight in 2016 when Prince George, no less, wore one of its dressing gowns while meeting President Barack Obama. You couldn't write it, could you?
You couldn't. And what a good endorsement. Daniel Price is with us. He's co-founder of that firm. It's called My First Years. Nice to see you. Welcome to Business Live. Tell us about that. We'll get onto the business in a little bit, but it's that iconic image, isn't it? Prince George, you know, barely 2 foot tall or whatever he was, and meeting Barack Obama in the dressing gown. How did it happen?
It was, that was incredible for us. So we gifted, from day one, I guess, we were gifting celebrities, and then we thought, why not gift Prince George? He'd be amazing.
And when you say gifting, that is what, sending some stuff to Kensington Palace?
So we sent a robe and a blanket and some high-top trainers. We sent it to the palace, and we thought, it'll be a nice gift. But that's all we thought. And then suddenly, one evening, I was at dinner, looked at my phone and had 185 messages saying, go on the Daily Mail now. And it was Prince George wearing our dressing gown when he was meeting Barack Obama. I just could not believe it.
And what does that do for the firm then? So, you know, after that, clearly it's in newspapers around the world. It was that iconic image, wasn't it? And this is one of the dressing gowns, actually, we should say. You know, when you've got something like this, you then have a pretty tough job because you've got to A, meet the demands, and B, for those that you can't provide, you've got to put in bigger orders, I guess.
Yeah, so our job was to get it out there. So we had 1,800 articles written worldwide within 48 hours. We sold out of that robe within 7 minutes. And then within about half an hour, we had it back on myfirstyears.com as pre-order. So customers were allowed to pre-order, and we had our suppliers meet our demand quicker than normal.
I have to say, Ben, you're looking at it like you're sizing it up. It's not going to fit.
I'm realising it's not got my name on it. It's, why has it not got Ben on it? It says Charlie. This is not acceptable. But nonetheless, I mean, look, it's all that personalisation of stuff, isn't it? That you've really made the business. How did it all come about in the first place? Yeah,
so I guess from a young age, I was really driven. Losing my father at 13 really just gave me that drive and motivation to go and run a business one day. So I set up with a childhood friend. And we just said to each other, this is it. We had an idea based on a personalised baby shoe. We really wanted to personalise a baby shoe for a friend's baby. So we thought, let's go for it. And we tried every way we could to go for it. And we found our way. And then we launched it in October 2010.
And do you still remain friends to this day? Because a lot of friendships or relationships even, when they go into business, puts a lot of strain.
Yeah, it's put a lot of strain on my marriage because he's become like my second wife. But no, it's going really well, actually.
Even though you left him at the doors of Downing Street?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I forgot to put him on the guest list when we went to Downing Street and gifted the Camerons, which he's just forgiven me for.
Just a quick word on the gifting thing, because that's so important, isn't it? I mean, we talk a lot about social media and influencers and people being seen wearing certain things. Slightly different, isn't it, I suppose, for baby wear, because it's, you would imagine not many babies have sort of Instagram and social media accounts. But how does that whole gifting element work?
Yeah, so I think it's just really important that we get out to the right influencers, and obviously it's more like the parents. And then so we will gift celebrities, but then they also become customers, and then it's just about them putting it up on Instagram and just giving that real social proof and showing that we've got a great product and brand.
And tell us about the expansion into the US, because that's really come as a result of all the exposure that you've had from that iconic photo.
Yeah, so when that image went global, the US was just a huge part of it, and it was about 60% of the orders that week. And we'd sold the robes, but we also sold other products as well. And we then thought, right, we need to spend a year on automating our personalization so that we can really fulfill the US market. So now we're selling online in the US, sending from Northampton to East Coast next day delivery, West Coast 2-day delivery, which is going really well.
And a lot of it is logistics, isn't it? I mean, you talk there about the delivery, but you know, this involves work because you've got to put names on it. So, you know, a lot of investment, I suppose, up front to make sure you can meet the demand, because there's nothing worse than trying to send a gift that doesn't get there in time for a birthday or a christening or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And from the start of the business, we wanted to be the #1 in personalization. So we invested in technology to automate a name. So if someone puts Daniel on a robe or a blanket, we will get it out that same day, which is pretty much unheard of in the industry.
We often ask people who come on the show, biggest success or failure, and biggest lesson that you've learned. What have you learned in doing this? Because I suppose it's not necessarily a market you ever imagined you'd end up in, but clearly some real highs, and have there been some lows?
Yeah, I think the real learning curve was that the US is. We just thought, oh my God, Prince George has happened. It's just going to blow up, and we needed to really. We actually understand that it's a completely different culture. So they like different products to what we do in the UK, and it's just about tweaking that really and learning the market.
Daniel, it's really nice to see you. Thanks so much. Congratulations, because it's not every day that a business goes global overnight. So congratulations. Good luck with it all.
Thank you very much.
I just realised the trainers, you've got a pair like that, but slightly different size, I think.
I do, yeah. And again, not with the right name on them.
We'll get one sent to you
next time.
Thanks so much.
Thanks,
thank you.
Cheers, Daniel.